Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier and welcome to a rundown on the profession of the racer, whether professional or underground. Racing was first demoed at Gamescom August 2014 in Germany. This was a great addition to Arena Commander, giving citizens more diverse gameplay options. The launch was very well received by the community, however people quickly noticed that even though the ships seemed to be in atmosphere, they were behaving like they were in space. The physics model was and still is a placeholder. I expect that after 3.0 is launched, the planetary systems are in place, racing physics will behave uniquely depending on the environment and the ship you choose. You can expect to see racing in the vacuum of space, above the clouds, on the surface, and possibly combinations in between. Dedicated racers like the Razor and the M50 have aerodynamic fuselage. They should technically behave better in an atmosphere when compared to something like the Xi'an Scout. The Xi'an Scout might end up having an advantage in the black of space because of its unique thruster configuration. Time will tell, but the takeaway here is that the racer will need to take the craft into consideration. There won't simply be one clear choice for all situations. Some ships are very quick in a straight line for top speed, and some ships are more agile at the cost of top speed. Some ships like the Mustang racers are both slower and less agile than their more expensive counterparts. They will still be competitive with large afterburner fuel reserves and more overclock headroom. In a competitive racing environment, the advantage, no matter how small, is critical. Racers search for these small gains which add up to become first place over second. Star Citizen offers the racer this search for gains in the form of crafting and tuning components. You're going to need to seek out the best tuners in the verse or risk wrecking parts by making your own alterations. Just like with overclocking parts of a computer, you can trade reliability or longevity for better flat-out performance. There are currently 3 competitive tracks in Arena Commander: Old Vanderville, Rickard Memorial, and Defford Link. Grimhex is also known to have its own racing track amongst the asteroids. This is where you'll find less official racing. Pilots spend hours and hours looking for the perfect line. Because the tracks are made of rings, there's actually no reason to follow the marked course. The shortest path is also a risky choreographed execution. The best line has evolved since 2014. Practice and repetition have resulted in some astounding lap times. I see no reason why the track won't be expanded to include other course components such as tunnels or natural features such as canyons. Racers do it for the money. Fame and notoriety are great, but that won't pay the bills. The prize payout hopefully will offset the cost of the gear, wear and tear, research, tech and time invested in practice. Friendly wagers and betting are also going to be another form of income. If you plan to make money as a racer, you're going to need to focus on so much more than just the race. Here's a list of the dedicated race ships, plus a couple who I believe might make an appearance on the track. The dedicated racers are the 350R, M50, Razor, Mustang Omega, and the Mustang Gamma. The Gamma and Omega are basically the same craft with a different paint job. The 85X, Xi'an Scout, P-72 and P-52 were either originally racing ships or possess flight characteristics that'll make them somewhat competitive. In the case of the snubs, they're inexpensive and offer some great bang for your racing buck. I hope that racing isn't limited to spacecraft. I'd love to see land racing series for the Ursa rover or whatever future rovers are created. Even a Dragonfly race series would be hilarious. Like before, I'm going to offer some ideas that I'd love CIG to consider: drag racing, the Dakar Rally, Rallycross, and the Gumball 3000. Drag racing itself needs no introduction. The part I love about it though is the risk in overclocking. The player would need to find that perfect balance between maximum output and the destruction of his ship. The Dakar is a yearly endurance race starting in one country and traveling several continents over several days. This idea could be ported over to Star Citizen as a surface race from continent to continent with something such as the Dragonfly. The race course would have surface changes, obstacles, and could even include sections over water to keep things interesting. Rallycross is a relatively new style of race where the track has paved and off-road sections. The way I could see this brought into our universe is a start line on Earth like a pod race, then leaving the surface and ending up on some other planet or moon. Because there would be a change of atmosphere to no atmosphere, this would offer the player some real diversity. The ship selection and balance would be just as important as your skill. And finally, the phenomenon known as Gumball 3000, a 3,000-mile race on public streets. This is stupidly dangerous and totally illegal. This is where the drivers risk it all to win. The race has stages and checkpoints with nightly parties. The racers in a Gumball are usually very wealthy individuals who just want some excitement. The prize in this case is the fame rather than the purse. In closing, racing can offer so much potential gameplay opportunity. Those gifted, dedicated citizens who put the time in to master their craft will achieve fame and fortune within the universe. It's currently frustrating to be a racer. The flight model keeps changing as the development path continues. I hope you liked my take on racing as a profession. If you liked it, I would appreciate you linking it over to a friend or orgmate. My goal is to grow this channel, and I can't do that without the help of citizens like you. Please check out some of my other work and consider subscribing for future content. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the verse.